As Russian missiles continued to slam into Ukraine, Kiev has closed down its airspace for commercial flights. The Indian government is making alternate arrangements to airlift stranded nationals out of the conflict zone. This after a special Air India flight returned mid-air as Ukrainian airspace was shut down. New Delhi's mission in Kiev has reached out to Indian nationals, assured them that the embassy remains open.
You've all seen the sudden and serious developments in Ukraine today. As we speak, there is a meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by the Prime Minister in session, to take stock of this situation. Prime Minister has conveyed at the CCS meeting that the topmost priority of the government is the safety and security of Indian nationals, including Indian students, and their evacuation from Ukraine.
According to India's embassy in Ukraine, there are still some 15,000 Indians stranded across the country. The embassy has urged the Ukraine presidency to ensure their safety, also make arrangements for their daily necessities. New Delhi has urged Indian nationals in Ukraine to stay in bomb shelters. This as Kiev warned of a second round of Moscow-ordered airstrikes. Earlier in a video message from Kiev, Indian ambassador to Ukraine, Partha Satipathy, has said that the embassy is working towards ensuring safety of all Indians in Ukraine.
I'm speaking to you from Ukraine. The Embassy of India in Kyiv continues to operate round the clock 24/7. Today morning, early morning, we woke up to the news that Kyiv is under attack. The whole of Ukraine is under attack. This has of course generated a lot of anxiety, uncertainty, and created tension in the air. I would like to assure all of you that the Embassy of India continues to operate round the clock, looking out for the safety and security of all Indians here.
A video released by India's mission in Ukraine showed the ambassador interacting with Indians camping in the embassy.
It's been a very anxious day for you, and I can tell you maybe many more times for me, because we heard of this news that the Air India flight is cancelled, and suddenly we realized all of it.
Amid a rising security threat in East Europe, ambassadors of the G7 nations and Kiev held a solidarity meet to express their solidarity to the people of Ukraine and to exchange information on Russia's quote-unquote unjustifiable military aggression. We also spoke to a student studying in Kiev earlier. Girish Ganesan is a final year student of the Kiev Medical University. Let's just listen in.
We are able to access it, but all these new posts, they will be taken out within seconds or minutes after uploading regarding Russia or Ukraine. So we get less of information than you in India. Today early morning, it started. We all woke up with all these sounds, and everyone were running around. When I looked from my balcony, people were running, people were tracking cars. They were trying to elope, and most of the people, even I'm living in a flat, an apartment. Most of my neighbors, they flew to Poland and to the borders. But when I called them now, they are stuck in the traffic, kilometers and kilometers of traffic jam. And my college, when I tried to contact them, they were like irresponsible, to be honest. Until yesterday, they were telling, you can go home, you have offline classes. And when I called the embassy day before yesterday, they also told, if you want to leave, you can leave. They were not giving me a yes or no answer. They were telling like, you can do as you want to. So that's my biggest sadness now, because if embassy said yes, we would have gone by now. They said you can stay if you want to. They didn't say clearly. We wanted a solid answer. And for now, people are gathering at my hostel, because my hostel has a bunker underground. But I don't think the people from the 14 floors can fit in there. so I didn't go. And the most reason is all these hostels that they are in the center, and from there I have to travel 1.5 hours to the airport, and we should get to either 3 of the bridges. And for now, I am in just 15 minutes away from the airport, and I don't have to get through any bridges, so I am still staying here. I'm alone at home. I don't know what will happen in the coming moments.
Now, we've also been speaking to experts from across the globe to understand the tense situation unfolding. Max Liboda, international relations and security analyst, joined us from Moscow. Let's listen into his insights.
So the Russian president launched a military intervention in Ukraine to protect the people of the Donetsk and Lugansk republics, which were still under assault from the forces of the U.S.-backed putsch regime in Kiev. The mood on the ground here in Moscow, well, life is going on pretty much as normal. I think there's a great deal of support for Russian troops and a great deal of both glad tidings and concern. A lot of people have family here in eastern Ukraine, a lot of which has been under assault for the last 8 years. And I think that they're breathing a sigh of relief that the military forces that were shelling the cities in eastern Ukraine are being pushed back. I expect a lot of really hypocritical, heated rhetoric. I mean, particularly coming from the United States, that is still militarily occupying East Syria and Iraq against the wishes of that country's own parliament. But I think that you will see movements, U.S. and other NATO country military forces to the eastern borders of NATO, where they will sit there and glare across the border and enjoy a European vacation. I think you will see a very extensive round of further U.S. sanctions. Russia has already endured some over 100 packages of U.S. and European sanctions over the last few years. I don't think these sanctions will have any real traumatic effect on the Russian economy. The U.S.'s economic warfare has had only limited damage for so many years at this point. Russia, unfortunately for the United States and Europe, provides so many valuable commodities, energy, wheat, that are so crucial not only to Europe but to global markets, that anything that would seriously affect the Russian economy would probably bring the entire world's economy down with it.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.